Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm Jenny. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm grateful for each and every one of you who take the time to listen to my videos. Now, make sure you hit that little subscribe button right down there in the corner if you want to get notifications of my videos and so on. And it really helps if you like my video too as I'm growing. Now, before I begin this week's Cosmic Vibes, what's coming up? How many of you have watched my predictions for 2025 video? I had done that a while back because certain things that I have mentioned and talked about for 2025, I think I did that back in December, is happening and is continuing to happen. So if you want to know how to work like in alignment and how to stay grounded and really how to utilize this year's energy and how to work through it and what I'm seeing happening, make sure you watch the video. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm also doing free clairvoyant readings this month. That's right here on YouTube. So set your clocks and your dials to Friday, January 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Mountain Standard Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific, if you would like to ask me a question. Or you can book a private reading with me at soulworkwithjeni.com. So I'm going to give you my insights into what messages I'm hearing from your angels, what they want you to know. So, Jenny, what can I expect? Well, I don't know. I stay in the moment and I don't know what messages are going to be coming through from them until you're here, right here present on my YouTube channel. So that's why I'm saying subscribe to my channel. So, anyways, now listen up, you guys. This week, the 18th to the 24th, if you look back a little bit, I would say around the 13th of January, there has been like some family situations coming up. It could be some family dramas. Maybe you are working within and healing past family situations, wounds, traumatic situations, resolving conflicts with your family members, and so on and so on. Maybe you're seeing that, wow, I'm actually now getting closer to certain family members as well. So that happens whenever we had that Mars retrograde in Cancer. So certain energies brings things to the play to work through and go through as well. So we are moving into Aquarius season. Happy birthday, my fellow Aquarians. That's coming on the 19th. How many of you are Aquarius and going to be celebrating your birthdays and so on and so on? Aquarians are very creative, and you're going to see this happening and this coming up forth for you as well. And you're going to find that as you looking back, specifically look back to December 2022, if you can remember, what was going on then? Like what was happening more so that month, not just Christmas or holidays or certain things, right? Certain things maybe have happened that month that you're like, it was really good. Or, maybe it was just what's going on. You might find that similar situations from that time are going to be happening this month, or I mean this week coming up, which will give you that opportunity to say, what happened back then, especially when certain things are coming back up that are similar. What did I learn from that time? How can I really utilize that energy? How can I work towards it? How can I, resolve it and so on? And especially pay attention to what you were passionate about. Maybe back then you're like, you know what, I'm going to make this really big career change. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to create a different business. I'm going to take a class. Like, really pay attention. Back then, maybe you're like, I wanted to do this. I wanted to take a class. I wanted to change my career. I wanted to start a home-based business. I wanted to whatever it was. How many people stopped you, brought the fear of God into your life. You can't do that. If you do that or make that decision, this is what's going to happen. These are all the roadblocks that are going to happen. You're creating the wrong path. How many of you experience that? Like, who is in charge of your life? Is it you or is it them? So this week, opening up for you, those things that you truly wanted to do. I wanted to, sign up for this class and learn how to do these things. Maybe I wanted to move. Maybe I wanted to, send my resume out to this other group or create a business. Those negative energies stopped you from moving forward. And that can happen. I get it. However, this is your life path, is it not? This is your life, is it not? We have spouses or families or children and certain things that I get it. We have to work through and around and everything. However, you're going to start revisiting this week. So it's really important to really pay attention to where you're getting called towards, because you're going to see that on the 18th and 19th, where your soul is getting pulled towards. You're going to see more of, like how things are coming together and more in alignment, where, things at the beginning were a little bit chaotic and like scary and like, what's going on? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right relationship? Am I this, and this? Because those things are clearing January and February as well, to open up to the new year's. So if you're an Aquarian, you're really going to feel more creative. You're going to feel more higher energy. You're going to start pushing through your boundaries on the 18th and 19th and throughout this week. You're Gemini and Libra. You're going to be like, I'm going to start taking more risks. Maybe I'm going to be like, let me just kind of try this and experiment a little bit more in this situation or that situation. If you're Capricorn, you're going to really start thriving with your work. Especially if you've been feeling stuck, let's say, and then all of a sudden things are opening up and you're like, oh my gosh, like my work is really just crazy busy right now. And I'm really doing this and I'm really working on this. And you're really going to see what truly matters and where your mindset is at as well. So certain signs get affected, like Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. You very well might be facing a little bit more challenges this week. So especially, the 18th and the 19th, and you're going to be like, like I'm a Leo, right? However, it's like, okay, how can I resolve this? How can I fix this? Let me take a look at positive things and outlines and situations in this challenge. A lot of challenges were faced on the table to resolve, to deal with, to not run away from, and so on and so on and so on. So this is your opportunity to work through it in a positive way. Like I just recently bought patio outdoor table and umbrella and stuff like that. And I mean, it's winter. However, I like to look at certain things now, so it's not all last minute. When everybody's out there running around doing this, and that, where things are very limited. So I paid my, a friend and my brother to pick up the table and everything with the truck, because there's no way I could fit that in my vehicle. There's some issues and bumps with the full moon and everything. I'm like, but anyways, they picked it up and brought it back. And I'm like, okay, I'll look at the next day. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not put together. The table is not put together. That's why I specifically hired, like my brother's friend to pick up the table. However, I couldn't put it together. I'm like, oh my God. If I would have known that, I would have made sure that the table would have been put together, and I should have asked, but the picture showed the table was together, right? So it was just like, wow. However, I have my friend Tony coming over. That's going to put it together. Don't worry. It's like Tony, who I've known over 30 years. So He's away out of town and doing construction. He owns a construction company and busy. So I'm like, yes, please, whenever it's free for you. So, anyways, a little bit by a little bit by a little bit, you're going to see progress happening this week. For all signs, I'm saying, right? Like a little bit of progress, a little bit of things happening here and there. So on the 20th and 21st, you're going to see more reality with things. You're going to be seeing more truth. And what happens when we start seeing more truth, it can go either way. Maybe you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to deal with this. I have to talk to my person. I have to um, quit my job. I have to, 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 all of these things. And you're also going to be finding your sleep is a little bit off too, because there's a lot of planetary things going on. I don't go on into all the planetary stuff, only just a little bit to keep it more easier for you guys. So you're going to be utilizing this to really take advantage of this to resolve situations and make sure you're not pushing and I gotta have this happen now and right? Like and it's like, okay, I'm little bit by a little bit by a little bit. I had somebody say, why are you getting a patio table now? It's the winter time. Oh my God. And I'm like, well, first of all, you are the one that's panicking. I'm not the one that's panicking. I'm actually very calm. I like to go with the flow and get a little bit of things here, and there. I'm not going to be running around all in, 1 week or one time getting all of these things I want. No, no, no. Right? That's their panic. That's their perception. So this is why it's really important just to go with the flow, take your time doing this, and that. Especially whenever you're, doing things, renovations. The whole house doesn't have to be renovated in one day, for goodness sakes, right? A little bit here and there. So it's really important to allow things to flow, allow things to plan. And you're going to find there could be some surprises with love this week too. Unexpected messages of love, unexpected, hey, you free? Unexpected, like, yeah, I'm liking you. How you doing? You know, maybe you're going to get together with your person. Maybe you guys are, like planning like a getaway, or your partner's, surprising you with a little getaway or a little gift or something or whatever, right? So it can be really magical. It can be really magical, right? You never know when love's going to be present knocking at your door and so on. So now as we move into the 22nd and the 23rd of this week, be really open, for help from the universe, right? Like I surrender everything. I work towards my goals and everything like that. And I'm like, I got to surrender situations. We can only do so much. And it's like spirit, I was debating here for a little bit, am I in the right place? And all of these things and so on and so on. I'm like, you know what? My mind is open. I'm still doing my research. I'm still checking into things. However, I'm surrendering it to the spirit world. Yeah, but Jenny, if you are having issues and you're thinking of moving when you've just moved, why would you go and get your pack? I had somebody tell me that, and I'm like, really? If if that was the case, if I do happen to make my mind up if I'm going to move at the end of my lease or stay here for years, I would probably give my patio furniture to my brother. I'm not worried. I'm not freaking out. Yeah, but that's their fears. So this is where, like I'm saying this week, whose life are you living? Are you walking in the path that you want to walk towards? Are you moving in the right direction that you're like, I put my life on hold before because you said no, let's say, or you put the fear of God into me on 2022 December. No, this week I'm going to start walking where I'm going to be walking. You're going to start understanding why things are happening right now. You're going to understanding why this and why that. So this is you. This is your path. This is your life. If you have a partner, of course, talk to your partner, your husband or your wife about, I'm thinking about making these changes and so on. And, like that's a little different. You're thinking about you and your person and children and so on, of course, right? But you also have to live your life for yourself as well. So you're going to get that pull even more. So as we move on to the end of the week on the 24th, you're going to be feeling more optimistic. Like, I'm feeling more optimistic. I can kind of see how, things are now coming together. I actually, like signed up for that class. I actually started looking into creating a business. I've actually, like just put my notice into my job because I'm late, like whatever it is. You're going to be more optimistic, and you might even be feeling drawn to be more in service of others, to work more with, humanitarian work and careers and so on. And I keep hearing elephants for someone. I'm hearing literally specifically the elephant sanctuaries. Somebody's thinking Thailand. If somebody's thinking about going to the elephant sanctuary in Thailand, volunteer, maybe apply for work, or maybe, volunteer work somewhere, it's things like that. I'm hearing that really loudly coming in for someone. So if that's for you, put your hand up. There's your confirmation. So you're going to find that this week could very well turn out very beautifully and peaceful for you, as long as you are staying true to you, as long as you are in charge of your own destiny and your own path. This is a week to take charge. It's really important to, be patient, because, as we go through these challenges, nobody likes challenges. Nobody likes challenges. I'm like, really? Seriously? Are you kidding me? Really? Nobody likes challenges. However, these challenges can bring you closer to your destiny. Well, there's a roadblock. That's it. I'm done. I'm just not supposed to go that way. No, no, no. Roadblocks could be telling you this is not the right time. That's not the right path. Or roadblocks are created also by your fears. Are you working towards things? Are you working towards resolving situations? Because situations that aren't resolved, what happens? There's no change. It's like a big boulder put in front of you. Yeah, but I'll have to deal with this, like next month or next year, or like, okay. However, if you were to resolve that situation now, you would have freedom and liberty, new doors open up for you. However, you cannot ever judge anybody either. We all have our own path. We all know, what, maybe it's not time for me to do that. You know what's right for you. So don't judge somebody because they haven't made a decision on something, or they're still stuck in a situation. That's their path they have to walk in within their soul. You know what I mean? So it's really important, because you're the only one that can make these changes when you're truly ready to do so. When we liberate ourselves, when others are trying to limit you, that's when roadblocks go on. That's when things don't move forward, because some people like you to stay where they're at, because they don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you move forward. They don't. I don't share with many people what I'm doing or what direction I'm headed towards and such and so on. There's only very, very few people that I do, and not many. And I've even learned a few lessons recently. If I'm not going to say this to this, why are you doing that? You need to do this. You need to do that. And I'm like, wow, well, that's your perception. That has nothing to do with me and my journey and the direction I'm walking on. But I'm not going to sit here and defend myself. I'm observing your actions and behavior, and I'm going to be taking a step back. So make sure you're living your life the way that feels right for you. Yeah, but we're doing this, so plans have changed. Well, I thought we were looking at this and that. No, that doesn't work for me or my person. So if that doesn't work for you, not my problem. I'm not like, wow. So really pay attention to actions and behaviors from other people. Everybody's struggling in their own way and so on and so on, but it doesn't mean you have to get involved with that energy, with toxic behavior and actions and so on and so on. I mean, I'm somebody that observes a lot, and I don't say anything. I sit back and I observe. I don't say anything. Unless somebody's purposely trying to attack me or something, then look out. Sorry, but I don't put up with shit, bottom line. But anyways, that's just me. So this week could be really interesting, like surprises with love, keep your heart open. All of a sudden, wow, that person messaged me, or wow, they surprised me with a little getaway, or wow, like certain things like that. And it can be a week of endings as well. Because as you're resolving situations that have to be resolved, that should be resolved, this is a completion year, universal 9 year of completion. So, bringing things to the forefront right now that still need to be resolved is really important. January, February as well, because it's a very chaotic time, as I mentioned in my predictions, and so on and so on. So a lot of transmutation, rebirth, transformation is still happening and going to happen, right? So I'm not going to go on about it. Like, you'll have to watch my prediction video, like I said. So it's really important to also drink a lot more water. We still have solar flares going on, which can cause technical issues. Like, even my GPS was in the blank, right? And that could be caused by solar flares and so on, right? It can make you feeling more agitated, worried, sad, like sleep off and all of that. And there's a lot of planetary things going on this week with a few different planets without me going into details about it. So really pay attention what really excites your soul and your heart and your passions this week. Really pay attention to that, you guys. So important. Like, who literally is in charge of your life, of your destiny? You have to go work in the office. Like, you're not going to be able to make it working at home. You're not going to be able to make it creating a business. Go get a job. Like, who the hell do you think you are? If I failed, is that not how I learn? Seriously, seriously. So do what feels right for you. It's the balance with everything, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, well, maybe I have to find a job, a full-time or a part-time job, and work on my side business until things get up. There's ways around it. But when you're dealing with negative, toxic energies that are holding you back, you will not ever move forward because you're living their life for them and their negativity and their toxic mind. Don't get me started. I like to see people succeed. I really do. You know, would you not rather see people smiling and happy and feeling good about their life than, oh my God, I'm so depressed. Now what? No, we've had enough of that shit with all the world, right? With all these so-called leaders. Don't get me going. Just don't get me going. So, anyways, let's move on. So now I'm going to pull a couple of cards. So, as you guys know, I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium. I do past life akashic records. I'm an animal communicator. And oh, by the way, it was really cool. So I just want to share this. Speaking of animal communicator, I talk to your animals that have passed and your animals also that are here present. And as I was driving, I thought, I'm going to like explore. I'm going to go a different route that I would not normally go on the GPS, right? Because I've moved and I don't really know this area, to be honest. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go that route. I don't want to be in the city, and I'm very close to the city limits, like a stone's throw away. That's kind of where I wanted it. So as I was driving, right, not seeing the city, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. In the clouds, seriously. For those of you who know, I had a wolfhound, Irish wolfhound. When I was living in Ireland, I bought him and I moved back to Canada. And I, of course, brought my Irish wolfhound and my other little dog with me. And McTavish, he had passed away in 2014, and I still talk to him and communicate and so on. So as I was driving, and I'm like, I had to look twice, literally, like a wolfhound, like he's literally standing in front of me in the clouds, and he was blowing kisses, but it wasn't just that. He was blowing, something's in the wind, something's coming. And I know what he is doing. I know what he's sending me. I'll share that at another time when everything's probably in the summertime. But, I've been on it for a little while, but anyways, I'm just saying there's messages, there's signs, there's signs, there's signs. And not only that, when I finally got to my destination, God be with me because I took the wrong turn. I was going down the wrong way, like the wrong direction. And then cars are coming at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's like, not, thank God no police officers were around. I can tell you that. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, Jeni. So then I get to my destination. And then as I'm going into the store, I'm like, oh my God, look, that was actually kind of what I was just, oh, how cool. But anyways, I could babble on and on and on. I'm a little chatter, but anyways, let's get on with the video. So now I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I don't use cards with my clients as I mentioned, right? But we're doing YouTube, so this is collective. So I'm going to use oracles here, the Oracles of Portals by Tess Wyfers. So let's find out, shall we, what the universe wants you to know to the 18th of the 24th. I mean, like, oh my God, we're getting closer to February, right? Oh my gosh. 18th of the 24th. Too many cards. I didn't feel it. 18th of the 24th. Make sure you guys clear your cards, by the way, before 18th to the 24th. Come on, spirit. 18th to the 24th. What's the message for everybody? 18th to the 24th. San Diego, I'm hearing coming in too. Don't know why. San Diego. Okay. Oh, interesting, but not interesting. Card that fell out. New world. We are in a new world every day, every day, every day. You know, as I've been talking for years, you know, like there's more changes now on our planet than there has been in over 10,000 years. And isn't it very obvious as to, you know, what we're seeing, how things are moving so quickly, so fast, and so many things are coming to the core, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's going to continue in this world, you know, a lot more be exposed, mind you, coming more and more and more and more. But the new world also comes from within. Well, maybe I should start on the 1st of January, Jeni, and only do my vision board. No, you can do your vision board at any second. You can create a new you at any given time you make that decision. Once you make a decision, the universe will work with you, right? Manifesting. So you can literally create your own new world at any time. A new job, a new career, a new look, change your health, change your relationship, end a relationship, start a relationship, have a baby, you know, like whatever it is, like, you know what I mean? So we can literally have a new world at any time that you're truly ready, right? So keep an eye open for that. Really, as I said this week, you know, who's in charge? Is it you or is it them? Is it you or is it them? Come on now. Seriously. So we're going to have a little chat with the animals, Animal Kingdom. Stephen Farmer, Power Animals Oracle. There we go, a little coyote there. Animals represent all kinds of things, and there's all messages with animals, right? Yeah, but Jeni, I go for a walk, I see dogs. Okay, well, it doesn't mean there's a message there, right? However, you will know when there's more of a specific message. So, like believe me, when there's an animal that wants to give me a message, believe me, they will literally stand in front of my face. Right? So it just took me back to the magpie, Bella. January 18th, the 24th from the Animal Kingdom. Message. Lizard. Actually, I like lizards. You know, I don't really care for reptiles, but I like lizards. You know, they're very unique, right? They're different colors and so on and so on. So lizard represents dream time. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. Absolutely. You know, there's been a lot of messages coming through in our dreams, you know, like some weeks or some days you're more vivid. That's why I mentioned pay attention to what dreams you're getting from the spirit world. You know, maybe your loved ones or your animals come in and are trying to give you a message, or you know, show you different signs and so on and so on. So really pay attention to what you're dreaming. Write it down, because as you're waking up, you're kind of still in that dream state, moving back into your body. You know, this is where we have um our cord that holds us, like umbilical cord. When we're born physically, we physically cut the umbilical cord. However, we still have that umbilical cord connected with the spirit world, but it's invisible. So you leave your astral body, you come back in, boom, right? So really pay attention to your visions, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. You know, listen to that inner little voice of where you're feeling called towards, especially this week. As I'm saying, your soul's calling, your passions, everything like that. You know, we it's important. So I'm going to be pulling Colette Baron Bard, the map. The map can be, a map is a map. Map can be your GPS, right? Of course. A map can be your inner compass, your GPS, your soul speaking, you know, like a map can take you to a destination. Like so many things with a map. You know, there's some people, I have a friend that has a globe, like one of those plastic globes. And whenever he travels, and I'm like, wow, you go to some like places. He goes, yeah, I spin the gold, like close my eyes and I put my finger there. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. And I like, have you been to places that you really didn't care for? He goes, yeah, but I always learned something. I'm like, that's pretty awesome, isn't it? Right? So live your life, right? What is the message? The 18th to the 24th. Message from the 18th to the 24th. 18th to the 24th. You know, and really you're going to find that you're going to be setting more long-term goals as well, rather than short-term goals. You know, there's always short-term goals we have, right? And long-term goals. Short-term goals can be anything, signing up for a class, let's say, or, you know, I got to just clean out my junk drawer, right? Like just certain things. So what's the message? The 18th to the 24th. Too many. Spirit, 18th to the 24th. What's the message? Intention. Intention. I always talk about set your intentions. Set your intentions. How do I set my intentions, Jenny? Set boundaries, number one. I keep getting distracted. Set boundaries, number one. But you know, every time I want to, my phone rings. Set boundaries, number one. Turn your phone off. You know, it's like if I have to work on something important, like if I'm doing a video, I'm not going to answer my phone, right? I'm not. So what do? I turn the ringer off, or I turn it on mute, right? When you're setting intentions, really write down what your goals are, what you want to create, what you want to manifest. You know, if you have to end a relationship, let's say, my intention is to speak from my heart, be open about how I'm feeling. You know, my intention is to help you through that situation. My intention is to be successful, like whatever it is. You know what I mean? Intention setting, especially full moons, new moons. You know what I mean? Like those are like higher times to manifest, and so on and so on. And you'll be surprised how fast things get moving when we manifest. So now just really focus on you this week, okay? You know, like, because, and when you start reflecting back and seeing, wow, this literally happened this week in December 2022, or the month of December 2022. And it's funny how this is happening now. Yes, really pay attention to that. The similar things could be coming up. What did it teach you? What did it show you? What did you learn from back then? Yeah, I was going to book that flight, but I just didn't. You know, maybe you're going to book your flight this week, right? So now make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. in order to get content and so on, like the video. That really helps build it. And if you want a free clairvoyant reading and messages from your angels, make sure you tune in right here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. Follow me there. 12 noon Mountain Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, or 11 a.m. Pacific. So let me know what's going on with you guys, and what's happening, and how you guys are utilizing these energies. And follow me. I'll follow you right back. Now